Hello and welcome to the UK Minifigure Collectors YouTube channel, the only channel to focus primarily on minifigures. Today I'd like to walk you through the very colourful line of Zveronics. These were made in 2016 by a Russian very well-known company called Tehnolog. Now the actual line comprises of 8 sculpts and they're broken down into 2 teams. So you've got the African animals and the Siberian animals. So on the African side, you have the lion, the crocodile, the elephant, and the gorilla. On the Siberian, you have the elk, the wolf, the bear, and the bison. So from what little information I can find on these, it seems they've had a couple of different incarnations. I mentioned the tub first because it came with the most figures. It actually had 80 figures inside, so that's 10 different colours of 8 different sculpts. Then came the single capsules, and what was different about the capsules is they came with a checklist, some sweets, but the figure itself was actually more of a metallic sort of pearlescent sort of figure, and they're a lot harder to find. Then came the blisters, and there's quite a few different blisters, but what was unique about them is they came with different sort of amounts of figures in each, but they all came with like a weapon, like a tank or a cannon, something like that. And this is where it gets a little bit more interesting. A company called Trade got involved and released an egg capsule. Each one was silver in colour, came with a single Zveronics sculpt, a game board, 4 playing pieces, 1 dice, a bio card, a checklist, and some jelly bean sweets. But there was no rules in the pack. From what I understand, you could actually go onto a website and you could actually get the rules from there, but it has since closed down, so I'm completely in the dark of what the actual rules were. So let's take a closer look at each minifigure. So first up we've got the awesome lion. I mean, you can see that gun on his right hand side, it's just like a pistol, but that suit of armour, the detail that's gone into this is fantastic. But they're very, very reminiscent of battle beasts. They really are cool figures. I love the way they've sculpted the head in this big design. Next up is the crocodile, and I love this one. I love again the way he's sort of holding his arms out the side with that small little pistol. But the head design on this is really cool. But again, very reminiscent sort of armour of the Battle Beast line. I would have liked his tail to be just a little bit longer if I'm completely honest, but it's a really, really good design. Next up is the mighty elephant. Now I love this design, it's a really cool detailed look of his head, and I love the detailing on the back of him as well. And one of the things I really liked was actually the stance. It was a completely different stance and it worked really well. It's just a shame that he's actually quite hard to actually stand up at times. Now this one is my favourite of the bunch. I love the sculpting on the face of this. I think it's absolutely masterful. I love the hat. I love the extension on the arms, the way you can kind of think about it just sort of dragging them along the floor. The armour on it, the little pistol, everything works so well on this minifigure. It really, really is a nice one. And onto the bear. Now I love the details on this, like the little rivets on the front of his armour, and just the hair design. It just works really, really nicely with this one. But I've noticed all the Siberian crew seem to have longer machine guns. Like if you notice this one, it seems to be like more of a sort of Bren gun, I suppose. Really nice sculpt in here. And then the elk or moose, I love the head on this. I think it's really nice. I love the detail in the face, and I love the antlers. I'm just a little bit disappointed at the sculpt on the front after viewing the bear. It just seems a little bit lacking, but I love the way he's sort of holding the gun across the front there. It's just a shame he hasn't got as much detail as the bear on this one. And yet another favourite, the bull. I love the head on this. I'm a big fan of bulls anyway. Now, they've gone for more detail on this one, especially on the front and again on the back. You can see them rivets in the actual armour. Really nice. I love the way he's holding that machine gun across the front. It's a really sweet design. Really, really nice. I love this one. And lastly is the wolf. Now I love the actual detail on this one. The face is really cool. My one actually looks like his left eye's got a bit of scarring on it, but the rest of it actually has really nice detail as well. Again, it's a very similar gun placement for the same as the Siberian crew, but again, another really nice sculpt to sort of end the set. So Zveronics are actually made of a very rigid plastic. It's very reminiscent of, say, the old green soldiers or the army men that you used to get, the 20 or so in a bag. They're a really nice sort of material. They're not sort of hand cast like you would think. I believe they're injection molded, but they're really, really cool. Size wise, I'd say they come in about 4 centimeters, so just a little bit smaller than, say, Muscle or Monsters in My Pocket. Zveronics have been around for a long time now. I mean, it's been at least 7 years, and they're still relatively unknown in the West. I mean, I'd love to hear if anyone else actually collects these. Maybe you're actually trying to do the army build of get 10 of each sculpt. But what I'd love to do is get hold of the rules, so if anyone has them, please get in touch. I really, really would like a high-res scan of them. And with that, I'd like to say thank you very much for watching the video. If you liked it, don't forget to leave a like, and I hope to catch you all again next time.